Hello and welcome to the kitty episode of Sisters of the Holy Fiber. Hello.
I think I was supposed to say that part. It's been so long since we've done this.
This
Sisters of the Holy Fiber. My name is Devin, also known as Rambunctious Guy.
And I'm Heather, also known as the Cat Stirrer. Or Tiny Kiwi.
This is probably episode 24, but don't quote me on it. Welcome to our new listeners, and thanks for coming back if you've been here before.
And ignore the lawnmower in the background. Sorry, guys.
We are glad to see you here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nope.
So, what are you working on this week?
Petting the cat and petting the cat and petting the cat.
What about those mitts?
Okay.
Those floaty mitts or the socks or...
The socks are on hiatus until I hate them less.
Until they behave.
Until they behave. Yeah. So I've been working on my Miss Jane's hat. For the brim around the hat, the cabled brim, there's 3 sizes, 3 repeats, 4 repeats, and 5 repeats for small, medium, large. I don't know who could possibly wear the small size other than possibly a premature baby. This is not modeled as a preemie pattern, so I don't know who really... My head's not that large. I mean,
It's
I have
probably for kids.
Foofy hair, but yeah. And I'm not sure if I made a gauge swatch for that, so maybe this is why the sizes seem wonky. Because it's been so long since I started this project, probably 8 months now, that I really don't remember if I ever gauged it. So basically, for my smallish head, which is 28 centimeters if you're interested, if you too have an odd-shaped head. Actually, my head's not that odd, but I have to make the large size. I have to do 5 pattern repeats at probably least to get this to fit around my head. So I'm not quite thrilled about having the largest size be an average to smallish size head. Because what happens if I need to make a bigger one?
More repeats?
Yeah, basically. And then you got to start doing maths.
Math!
Why? So, yeah. But that's what I'm working on. I think that's all I'm working on in the knit world, because I've been really not digging knitting lately.
Have you been doing anything else crafty?
Yeah, I did some wire and beadwork.
Do you have any to show to us?
Yes!
Yay!
So I totally got a cheapy make-your-own rosary set at a store, because it looked like something to do that was fun. While I was watching TV or something, and it totally was. So I listened to all of the BBC radio program for Jane Eyre. And made that.
Oh, cool. Are you gonna... Wait, did you show us?
Yeah, sorry.
Did you stop... Remember to stop in the middle so it can focus.
Yeah. It's been so long, I can't remember how to do it.
Stop.
So,
Cool.
what this made me learn is that don't buy cheap beads. Step 1. And, spring for good materials, which is something I already knew from metalsmithing class. But then kind of just forgot, because I just felt like getting my hands on some pliers. And so I did.
Cool.
So, live and learn. And now I know how to make one, so.
Fun.
Rosaries for everyone!
You've always liked rosaries.
Yep. Ironically, though, I was cleaning my house, and I have 3, I think. I couldn't find a single one, which is why I was like, well, maybe I should crack out that make-your-own rosary kit that I found, so I could have one around, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah. Gave me something to do. Something that isn't hot wool knitting.
Yes.
So I pretty much am only working on my hat at Tuesday knit groups, because they have air conditioning. So the rest of the time, what I've really been doing is walking or gardening. I've done so much gardening lately, which seems kind of silly because it's out in the sun. So if I'm going to be hot gardening, I might as well be hot knitting. But it's those subtle differences. I don't know. And I just noticed I'm like off camera, so I bet it's been a headless me talking this whole time. Whoops.
Oh no, I didn't notice.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and is there any way to move your camera up so you're not half... Oh, you're doing the kitty ears.
Yeah, sorry.
Kitty ears are more important.
Yes. So it doesn't look like I'm, like, fiddling with my chest or something, or playing with my shirt. I really am petting a cat, people.
I don't think... Yes. I think it's obvious that if there's something going on the lap, it's either knitting or a cat. And
yeah.
With us.
He's being so good, too.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. I'm sitting here combing fleas off of him at the same time.
Yay.
Yay. Excitement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, new fridge. Ooh, look, behind.
Ooh, new fridge. Hey.
Yay.
It's the exciting things in life.
You know, it's really the simple things in life. It's until you have to make do without one that you realize how much you appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. I hear that. Okay. Anything else you're working on?
Now, it's all you now.
Okay. Well, it's been all Shawl all the time.
Yes, I bet it is. Let's see the progress.
So my wedding is next Friday. It's currently Wednesday, so I have some knitting to do.
As the day gets closer, your hair just like goes out further.
My hair is getting poofer and poofier. Yeah, I'm actually having a lot of fun getting ready for the wedding because it's like craft project time. Like that's what it is. So it's like yay, craft projects. So the body of the shawl is completely knit now. Oh.
Nobody wants to see my face anyway. He's so much cuter.
The kitty is here. Okay, so here's the this is the top of the shawl.
Oh, that's cute.
So this is the even star.
Right.
It actually ends up looking like the hula hoop thing.
Yes.
Hula hoop. That's a very technical term. Anyway.
Very, yes.
And this stitch that she designed is in the middle.
Uh-huh.
I just love this part right here. This
I really like it.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
If I was crazy, I might attempt that myself.
Yes, you could.
Oh, look at, I'll get you next time, Gadget. Did you remember that from,
yes,
yes.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. That is from Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget. Yeah. Cartoon from our childhood.
Yeah.
I have started the edging. So here is what the edging looks like.
Nice, nice.
And because this yarn is slightly variegated, the stripes are kind of going this way and contrasting with the stripes going this way.
Oh,
and I like it.
Yes.
It's so pretty.
I really like that part too.
It's so pretty. And I was going to, me, the overachiever, I was like, I could redesign the edging. Because this edging is supposed to have beads. She designed it to be a beaded shawl.
Right.
And I didn't have time and don't have beads. So decided to not bead it. So I was like, oh, I could change the edging then to be like leaves or something. And then I would have to like rechart it. And I was like, no. Your wedding is like when? Just knit it, like it's pretty. It's very pretty edging, and there's nothing wrong with it, and I can just do this one, and I know I won't run out of yarn, and all of that.
Yes.
So, I've just kept going. So that's
good girl.
What I know, and I heard you on my shoulder.
Yes.
What are you doing? Excuse me? Excuse me. You gave me a talking to in my head.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm your knitting conscience.
You are.
You're my knitting conscience when I go to the yarn store. You already have so much sock yarn. You don't need more sock yarn. Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I totally hear you.
Okay. So anything you have finished?
Other than the rosary, that's it.
Okay. I was part of the Slytherin swap, and I knit some fingerless mitts for my partner, but I forgot to take a picture because I was a little late, like getting the package out and stuff, and I was like, must do packaged, everything inside, okay, ship it.
Yes.
And then I wasn't even like the latest person to ship or anything. So
I was so bad. I don't think I told you. I actually got a project. That reminds me, I did get a project done, but I don't have it with me. I got a small project done just so that I had something done, and then I didn't get it turned in by midnight. Because I just totally blanked out and was like, la 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 la, taking a shower, and then I get out the shower and I'm like, oh crud, I didn't post. It's 12:05. Yeah, it was a total brain fart moment. So there goes all my good standing.
Oh no. Well, I didn't get a project turned in, but I did email, like I messaged to get an excuse, but we could just SOS it together next turn.
Yeah, I was thinking about SOSing anyway, so if there's not room for me, instead of picking like another house or whatever, since my priority goes down, I'll just SOS if I have to.
You can do everything anyway, except like the swaps. Like that's the only thing you can't do. But,
yeah, and
like,
you just don't earn points. And I wasn't earning that many points this term because I just haven't been feeling it anyway.
Right.
So I've been feeling the not fiber crafts. I really am a winter knitter, which is really horrible because, then it gets to be winter and I have nothing to wear because I haven't been knitting.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the way it is. So
yeah,
know thyself. Craft time. Yay.
Yeah, and I feel really bad. Like, I like earning points for the house that I'm in. Yeah. And I really wanted to finish this shawl, but, I didn't knit on it for, 3 weeks. So, there was just, it was just no way it was getting done.
Yeah. Just like my Fibonacci that I barely scraped under since I didn't knit it for 2 weeks or something.
Oh, and I wanted to tell you, you were right.
I was right?
Yes, because you said, I remember you saying, just propose the shawl as your owl and just do that because you'll get it started, and you were right.
Yay!
So, because now, I got it started, and now I'm going to actually finish it. So.
I was going to say, there's an actual chance of you finishing, which you might not have otherwise.
Exactly.
And I don't know about you, but how could you get married without a shawl?
No. Not happening. We will. If I'm not done, we will postpone. It will be at 3 p.m. We'll have the reception first and then get married. I will be knitting during the reception, and then we will have the ceremony.
Don't talk to me. I'm knitting my... We can't get married.
Why do you all want to talk to me? I know you're all here to see me, but I don't care. I'm knitting.
I'm knitting. Sticks of fury.
Yes. So.
There's fire coming off. Don't use bamboo needles.
So, yeah.
Yes.
But I do think I'm going to get it done. Today I'm going to spend most of the rest of my afternoon knitting and all that. So, all right, moving on. What is next? Brainy Moments.
Brainy Moments.
Got anything?
I learned a lot about working with wire and beads. So I found the quickest way for making one. It took me a while to figure out for the Rosary, but I don't think that's anything I can really show. Sadly. But if you have questions, feel free to ask. This is the giant stack of pliers that I used. Everything that I used to make them.
Wow.
Because I don't have actual Rosary pliers, which have sort of oh, there goes the cat. Multiple. Sorry, I'm not sure what he's doing. He's unsure. The Rosary pliers come with clippers and everything all in one, so you don't have to keep switching back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But once I got into the swing of it, there was only one or two of them that I really used persistently.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was really fun, actually.
Yeah.
Listening to a show, and I think I now that I know what I'm doing, I could probably actually watch TV and make them.
Oh, cool. That's always fun.
Yeah, except then what do I do with them?
Sell them.
I know, but who's going to buy them? I don't know where to sell them.
Sell them on eBay.
Yeah, I guess I could.
We need to get a show, an Etsy together. We should do that.
I know. We always talk about that, and I think all of my crafty friends are always like, I should really make friends with Etsy. I should really get an Etsy shop. And then none of us ever do. And I'm not quite sure why, because it's not like rocket science. But we just...
I know, but I was like, I should do a podcast. That'll never happen. And look!
I know! That's true. That's true. So never say never, I guess.
It's possible. I think we could. But
I think we should.
I'll sell all my old, the leftover wedding things. Who wants jars with hot glued on ribbon? Yay!
Yay! It's funny.
Okay, my brainy moment. I don't believe I really have one. Start your shawls earlier if you're gonna knit one for your wedding. Do that early.
Yep. Still knitting on the last week before getting married. Probably not the best of ideas, but
no.
We are the procrastinator sisters here at Sisters of the Holy Fiber, so...
Yay!
True facts.
Alright, moving right along.
Moving on.
To Shiny.
You first.
Okay, I was in Hawaii visiting my mom, and I was working on my shawl, and it outgrew the bag that I was knitting in. The other HPCK, the Weasley sisters.
Yeah, I knew you'd get it eventually, so I just let you go.
Thanks. The Weasley Sisters podcast, I won one of their little, contests, and I got a project bag from them, which is more like a sock size project bag. So this shawl never really fit in there anyway. I just kind of was shoving it in there, and then it really didn't fit. So then I was keeping it in this laundry bag, and I was like, "This isn't fun. It's a laundry bag."
Right.
So I bought a purse.
Oh, what a hardship! That's very pretty.
Yeah, it's purple. It has, I'm not sure what kind of flower this is, maybe plumeria stylized flowers on it, but it is the perfect knitting bag because the top is two straps that you tie together in a knot. So I can untie it to take my knitting out or to put it in or whatever. I can totally take off the handles to look inside. And then there's pockets on the inside, 2 pockets on the inside, and 2 pockets on the outside for all your notions and scissors and things.
Yes.
So I love it.
That does sound wonderful.
Yeah, and I just started using it as my regular purse. I kept my knitting in it in the main part, and then my wallet on one of the pockets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my new thing that I'm really excited about. And it's the perfect size for a shawl or a bigger kind of project this size. So it doubles, it's like a project bag and a purse.
And everything else that you want.
And I like having things in my house that I can use double because I have too much stuff.
Well then, small spaces. You learn to make things do double duty.
Yes. So that's my new thing that I'm really excited about. Do you have anything new that you're super excited about?
Yeah, let me go grab it.
Okay.
I didn't even think about it.
Everyone can, just watch me knit for a little while you go get it. Okay, here we go. Here I go. I'm going to lift it up higher so you can watch me knit. Isn't this fun? Watching me knit.
Nothing exciting to talk about?
Knit 2, yarn over.
Okay, so this is
together,
actually
yarn over. Knit 2 together. What?
This is new things plus confession time.
Oh no!
Sorry, my hair's super crazy today. All my curls are super curly. But this is not yarn.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's totally yarn. It's perhaps 6 small balls of cotton yarn. But it was free. It was absolutely free.
Oh, I cannot resist free yarn either. I can't.
I know.
So I feel.
And nobody else in the knitting group wanted it, so it was free and not even wanted. So don't worry, little yarns. I'll take you home.
Oh.
But I have absolutely no idea what in the world I'm gonna make this out of. Because this isn't even. worsted weight. This is more closer to like fingering. So, what in the world am I gonna make out of this?
Snowflakes.
Yeah, I guess so. But I think there's enough if I use a lace pattern.
Mm-hmm.
I might be able to make a summer lacy vest.
Yeah.
Since it's cotton and it's like kind of thin weight, I think it would look nice with a lacy pattern. You know, like a fisherman's netting kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like a throw-on for going over your swimsuit or something. But I totally don't have a pattern. But I had a weak moment.
But that's totally okay, because it's cotton, which the bugs don't usually get to, and it was free.
Yeah.
Now you have it. And if you don't use it for 2 years, I'll take it.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. It feels really nice, too, and, you know, it's actually a pretty decent cotton. It feels nicer than the usual, like, sugar and cream kind of thing, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like the dishcloth cotton.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. I was bad. So stash kind of grew a little bit. Oops. And since I'm not actually knitting very consistently, I was my confession moment.
That's okay. We are full of love about stash enhancement.
Yes.
At this podcast.
Yes, that's true.
There is no guilt tripping to be found in this podcast.
I guilt trip myself, so nobody else needs to bother.
I know, right? Seriously?
Since I'm thinking about it, I'll go grab the little small project that I finished since I'm thinking about it now. So what's the next segment?
I really want to see it. Hyperventilate. Do you want me to start talking?
Yes, please.
Okay, I will start talking about hyperventilate, and it also goes kind of in with Shiny because I got my Slytherin swap package.
Ooh, excitement!
And it's a giant box full of goodies. I don't know if you can see this.
Oh no! Goodies!
So I'll talk about the stuff you don't really need to see before you come back, okay? So you're not missing anything.
Sounds good.
Okay, so this is going to take a while because my swap-e person who is stalking me, Cinder Lee, did such a good job. And so thank you so much, Cinder Lee. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love everything. First is coffee. She got me some... Oh, and she lives in Alaska. So a lot of the stuff is, like, from Alaska. So this is from a local coffee shop near her. And I'm so excited to use it. And she's a teacher, too. Ooh. So she got me... there's gonna be rustling here. Sorry.
I'll get my flock of seagulls hairdo going on while we're...
She got me 2 books for reading, like, if I've had a bad day, you know, teaching. These are, like, funny teaching books.
Yeah.
Because we all have those days where it's just like, seriously.
What am I doing with my life?
So this one is called See Me After Class.
Aww.
Advice for Teachers by Teachers.
That's hilarious.
And, the very first thing on the back, it says, read this when a lesson goes horribly wrong. When your whole class forgets a major project, or when a parent curses at you in front of the kids. Pull it out at lunch on a bad day, or on Sunday night as you battle those 6 more hours till Monday's stomach cramps. This is meant to get you to school tomorrow.
Aww.
Yeah. And then this one, it's not all flowers and sausages. My adventures in 2nd grade.
That's hilarious.
Meet Miss Mimi. She's a 2nd grade teacher every kid should have. Hip and hilarious. She brings us into her New York City classroom with no holds barred. From the great pencil crisis of 2003 to ill-fated field trips, lesson number 1, don't trust a farm in Queens, Mrs. Mimi has seen it all.
Too funny.
Yeah, so I'm very excited to read those. And now that you are... Oh, you're still...
Sorry, I'm still looking for it.
That's okay. I have more things that you don't really need to see.
Okay.
So then there's the soap. Boreal Winds Soap and Scents Arctic Lavender. It's a handcrafted soap from a maker in Alaska. And it smells... I can smell it through the bag. It smells so good. And I just ran out of my favorite... Like, I have, like, this hand soap that I... Or not hand soap. Handmade soap that I was using, and I just ran out. So, hey, perfect.
Perfect timing. What's it smell like?
2 tees that are
Wait. Soap. What does it smell like?
lavender. Oh, it's lavender.
My favorite.
2 teas that smell really delicious. They're loose leaf, which is my favorite. And this first one is Felix Felici's, the luck potion, and I got Polyjuice potion. And when I wrote my thank you in Slytherin, I said that she got special permission to send me them because you know they're controlled.
Yeah, controlled substances.
They are. Okay, so you're here now to see the knitted things. She made me a shawl. Look, it's purple and sparkly.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yes.
I love it.
There's a cable here, and she said she stalked my favorites to, like, pick out a pattern that I would like, and she did such a good job. Like, this is perfect.
That's wonderful. Super lucky.
And it's just, like, this package just, like, kept going. I was like, oh my god, there's so much awesome stuff in it. She also made me fingerless mitts to write for, like, when I'm writing to work in the morning.
Uh-huh. Oh, those are nice.
With, like, a little tab.
That's really
Look
cute.
at how adorable is that?
Pretty freaking adorable.
It's so cute. And she said it was so easy to stalk me because of the podcast. And it was like, oh yeah. And she said, I hope it doesn't pool too much for you. You know, because I went on a pooling, like, rampage, I think, in one of my episodes.
I know.
They are perfect.
That's awesome.
I'm only that picky. I mean, like, if you guys are gonna see my shawl when it's all done, and there's parts of the shawl that pools. So, like, I'll get over it. I'm just opinionated and cranky. Wait, you left again. You have to come back and see things.
I know. I'm still looking for what the heck I did with my project. Oh, there it is, finally. The problem is everything comes back from knit night all higgledy-piggledy. Oh, that's so cute!
This is a project bag. It's a drawstring project bag, and it has mushroom. They're like purple and teal with like orange stems on a black background, and it's so cute, and it's the perfect size. Like, I don't have one this size, so it's perfect.
That's really adorable.
Yes. Okay, and then a spindle.
Oh.
Isn't
and
it
it's
pretty?
So pretty.
And for practicing, and then she sent me fiber for practicing. 3 things of fiber for practicing.
What a sweetheart.
This one is like, I imagine this is like the color of Bellatrix Lestrange's hair. It's like dark purple. You're not going to be able to see how pretty it is. It's dark purple with like hints of like this lighter, like electric purple. It's so pretty. And then this one's like a grab bag of different fibers. There's like a black and white and a green, and they all feel scrumptious. They're so good. And this one is from Atomic Blue Fiber Farms. So it's like art yarn.
I think I've seen that.
It's ready to be made into art yarn. Yeah, it's just really...
I think Tracy had some of that. She was spinning it with some black stuff.
It's so pretty. So now I have stuff to practice with. How fun is that?
That's going to be so fun.
Care of Magical Creatures Charm Bracelet Kit. I'm pretty sure she made the kit. Like, she, like, put the yarns together and then she bought me the pattern and sent me the pattern through Rav.
So sweet.
I know how, and now I'm just like, now it's perfect for, like, when it's like the end of the month and I have nothing to turn in. Like, I have all the stuff I need to make the little things.
That's adorable. Let me know how you like it. You have to get some needles, right? Because I think when we talked about it before, you didn't have any small needles small enough.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but...
And that's knit patterns, right? Because that's tiny old knits.
But now that I have the pattern, I can take a look at it a little closer.
Well, let me know when you start doing that, because I might just buy it and get it myself so we can do it.
Oh, we can have a knit-along!
Yay!
Okay. And yarn.
Oh.
These yarns don't show up good. They are so much prettier in real life than they show up on the computer. So this one is Old Salt collection from Snow-Capped Yarns, hand-dyed in coastal Alaska. This colorway is called Low Tide, I think. It's either called I think it's called Low Tide, and the fingering weight yarn, like the name of their fingering weight yarn, is Egg Island. It's 75 superwash Corriedale wool and 25 nylon, so perfect for a pair of socks, 434 yards.
Yay!
So
and
here it is. I'm going to try and get it in the... Yeah, it's like the lightest color is like a lavender purple, and then it goes from that lavender into darker purples. So very pretty.
And right up your alley.
Oh, yes. She struck me well. And then this one is from the Alaskan Yarn Company. I think this is her, like, home yarn store. And Alaskan Yarn Company is Community Stash, a local yarn shop. And this color is called Northern Lights, and it goes from like almost a navy blue to a purple with some greens in it, and this is really the one that does not show up. Oh, that's kind of close.
But I can imagine it.
Yes.
And it looks gorgeous.
Yes. So, oh my gosh. Was totally and completely spoiled. Thank you so much, Cinderly. I love my box of stuff.
Who sent it?
Cinderly. I think I'm saying it right. C-I-N. It's like Cinder and L-Y.
Yeah, I've seen her name, but I don't. Yeah, nobody ever has a clue on how to say anyone's names.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters, you know. But anyway, I just keep like looking at my box of things and like, yay!
Yeah, that's all sorts of nice stuff.
Yeah. So it was really fun, and I felt really bad because like this month just kind of like got away from me, and the people on I wasn't checking in like on the board like you're supposed to.
Yeah, me too.
So the swap people were like, we're gonna drop you and put you on the bad swapper list unless you like talk to me today. And I was like, I'm gonna do it, I swear. Just like, like I had things in my mind that I wanted to make for my swappy, and you know, so I did it and I got my package out.
Good.
And I sent her Turkish coffee because she likes really strong coffee, and like there is nothing like, it's like a push, you know, it's very strong coffee, and she has like 2 presses like for making Turkish coffee, and I had like no idea. I was just like, you know, like email me if you want to know how to make it, you know, and or like send me a message, and she's like, I got it down. I don't know how you knew, but it was perfect.
Great.
Yeah, so that was.
There's a place by us. I forget the name of it, but they make the best Turkish coffee. He makes it by hand, and like it simmers and everything in the little pot. I mean, like, it's so good. It's almost like Mexican hot chocolate. The real stuff is like very spicy, and that's kind of what it kind of reminds me of. Just the thickness of it, or like mole or something.
Yeah, it's
so good.
It's kind of like chewing on your coffee.
Yeah, but it's so good. It's so flavorful.
So delicious.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Nothing better than...
I was really happy about that. I was like, okay, I don't suck so much as a swapper now.
Conversation and Turkish coffee. Nothing better.
Yeah.
Well, at least you didn't get put on the bad list, too, so that's A++.
I know. Yeah. So. And so I'm kind of like debating with myself, like, do I want to do it again? Or should I just like watch from the sidelines and see if I can like check in and pretend, like kind of like pretend? Or I was thinking what I should do is get somebody on there to like text me, like, did you do this? You know, or like be like get on me about it, because then I feel like I would do it more.
Well, maybe if you and I did, because I always want to do it, and then I'm like, I just don't feel comfortable committing to something like that if I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to get it done.
Yeah.
So even if I'm 80% sure that I'll get it done, I still don't feel like I have the right to do it.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want to let anyone down.
Yeah.
But maybe if we did it together, we would be more inclined to be like, did you get it done? Did you get it done? Did you get it done? You know?
And they don't mind if you bow out, but you have to tell them so that they can get somebody else to, because they have people who love to do this, who just like will put extra packages together to send out to people who like were partnered with somebody who couldn't do it for whatever. Because like stuff happens.
Yeah.
You know,
life is in the way.
So
I do know. You take a shower at midnight instead of turning in your project. Whoops.
So, you know, I think that would be like, if you were interested in doing it, but you'd have to be in Slytherin, because you have to be sorted.
Yeah. So we'll see. I guess it depends on how many people want to get into Slytherin next term.
Yeah.
As to whether or not I'll be able to get in.
Yeah. It depends on how many people want to play in the cup, because I've done that. One time I didn't turn in something 1 month, and there just weren't enough spots left. So
yeah. And it's been pretty much, I think they're pretty much going to be full at capacity for a while. Because since we got featured on the main page,
yep,
everybody wants to be in. So anybody who didn't get in last term is probably going to get in this term. So that means I'll be SOS.
Yeah.
Almost 90% chance.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay.
So, but maybe I can find somebody else who's willing to bother me about it. Because I think, like, that would really be the only way I would sign up, is if somebody was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it, you know.
Yeah.
So.
We're just really bad about getting on things.
Like Cinderly! Maybe I'll ask her.
Yeah.
Hey, can you bother me in real life about getting this done?
That's so funny. She sent you the perfect box, though. That was really sweet.
Yeah, she was so nice. And I love other teachers, because she's like a 3rd grade teacher.
Yeah.
So.
They get you.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here, like, eating M&Ms right in front of you, but, like, I'm having a craving for chocolate. Chocolate? Somewhere in there.
Name of our episode, chockling.
Somewhere in there is a real word. But not today.
Oh. Speaking of random words, totally tangenting. You can skip ahead a couple minutes if you don't want to hear a tangent. So, speaking of weird words, you know what woad is? It's the plant that makes blue dye.
Like
yeah, Mom didn't know what it was. W-O-A-D. I used it as a Scrabble word. And then she didn't know kerfluffle either. You know what kerfluffle means, right?
Yeah, I do, but I don't know if I could spell it.
Yeah, that wasn't in Scrabble, but it was just like 2 words in one day. I have never known a word that Mom did not know. Like, usually it's the other way around.
An adult. Now your vocabulary has surpassed your parents. It only took how many years?
It was like, what? Wait. Wait, what? You don't know this word? So, anyway, okay, tangent over.
That's a lovely story.
Yeah, you like my story?
I do.
I'm just gonna put this here because the other segments aren't about it either. I have more crafty things and very excited things
to share.
So for my wedding, I'm making table runners, and I bought fabric today.
Oh, hold it up in the middle.
This is a batik dyed fabric I got at the quilt store. It's a teal color, and it kind of looks like waves.
Or seaweed or something watery.
Yeah, but it looks great against the table. And the other one that I got, I just brought it to the table. Like, I went to the venue and I put it on the table. The tables are metallic, kind of like a brushed, older looking kind of metallic color. And I'm not sure this purple is going to go, so I might pick another one, but here's the purple.
Oh, that's nice too.
Yeah, I like it too.
Sort of celestial looking.
Yeah, I like it. So, but I'm not sure. So what my idea is, because table runners are super easy, right? They're just some seams.
Yeah.
It's just like a bunch of straight seams. So I'm going to make one and take it over there and like put it out and like,
see if you like it.
Do I like it or not? And then if I don't have time, this is what we're going to use.
Yay!
You know, like if I have time to like futz around with extra fabric, then I will. And if I don't, I won't.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Excitement.
Yes.
Fabric is always fun.
Here we go, rolling along. Books. Have you read anything lately?
I don't remember if I talked about it, but I finished Longburn.
Oh, I think you talked about it.
Okay. Let me grab it. Because this is one that I'm recommending for you.
Oh. Cool.
Longburn, a novel by Jo Baker. Here she is, serving tea.
Ooh.
I'm serving you tea. So this is basically the servant's version of what's going on during the events of Pride and Prejudice.
I remember you talking about it now, yes.
Right. But the writing is not historical, like it's not of the time period. Mm-hmm. It's modern writing, so you're not quite so like trying to deal with antique language and things like that. And she's a little bit more descriptive about what's going on, so you don't have to guess at what a carriage is or where somebody is on the carriage or something. She's just very clear about what someone is doing.
Uh-huh.
You know, and these are the blisters that I've got, and yada yada, you know.
Right.
But it's still like a story unto itself about one of the housemaids. So it's mostly focuses on her, and then it spirals out, and there's several other stories about the other people that are in the working household, and their stories, and so it's pretty good. It's got a couple of kind of slow parts. The pacing isn't as gripping as the original Pride and Prejudice. The original Pride and Prejudice kind of pulls you through the story. There's always something happening, you know, some kind of dramatic thing that's pulling you through and keeping interest. But this is a little laggy in a couple of parts. I kind of found myself just like, oh, set it aside, you know. So that was pretty much my only complaint, though. I liked the rest of it, so I recommend it. And it has a happy ending. A++ for me. I don't care for books that are, and then they all died of typhus, you know?
Right.
Not my style.
No thanks.
Even if it's true, I don't lie to me. It's the power of fiction. So I like it. I really recommend it.
Awesome.
And you don't have to have read any of the original Jane Austen books. You could read this as a separate book. It makes complete sense without knowing anything else about that world. It stands on its own fine. And if you have read Pride and Prejudice, it's good because it kind of fleshes out what went on, you know, in the rest of the household.
Mm-hmm.
It even talks about things like armpit hair. Because at the time, you didn't shave your armpits. So it's, you know, kind of like eye-opening as to, if you've seen the movies, it gives you a little greater perspective on what really happens,
mm-hmm.
you know. And the things that they wouldn't have talked about in that time period, like bastard children. Because that kind of stuff wouldn't have been considered proper for a woman to be writing about. So
mm-hmm.
she kind of alludes to it a few times, but she never really says, and this is what happened to so-and-so's bastard child, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So Joe Baker doesn't really shy away from those topics.
That's really interesting.
So you get more of that, which I thought was, you know, interesting, because it tells you, again, more about the time period instead of just, like, the glossy, pretty version of the time period. It deals with the cesspits, you know,
mm-hmm.
version of the time period. I'm trying to think if I've read anything else. I know I've been roaring right through books, but now I can't think of what I've been reading. I've been reading so much lately. I finished Lexicon. Did I tell you about that one either? I can't remember
what is that
about. It's by Max Berry. It's kind of a futuristic thing. It doesn't necessarily say that it's set in the future, but that's the tone. It's very sort of sci-fi, where we've plumbed the depths of the human brain, and words have power, and, you know, if you know the right sequence of words, you can control people's brains neurologically.
I think you were telling me about it.
Anyway, it was really good. I liked it. The writing was different. I finally finished it, so it's an NPR Book of the Year, top 10, something, I don't know, whatever. The writing is completely different from anything I would normally read. I would not generally pick up a book like this, but it was really good, and I enjoyed the different kind of writing was very refreshing. It was much more, I'm used to the long, flowy, you know, phrases, and this is much more choppy, short, you know, sci-fi feel, you know, dystopian kind of thing. Really enjoyable. I recommend that too.
Cool.
And I still haven't gotten very far in Speaking for the Dead. I think I've got one page read. That book just doesn't grip me. I really want to read it, but, like, it's not so exciting as people's illegitimate children and science fiction people. Yeah. Too many names.
Too many names.
Too many names, just like the Sword of Shannara series. Too many names. If I can't keep you straight, I just can't bring myself to care.
Yeah, I just get frustrated.
Yeah.
We've talked about that before. Okay.
Moving on.
I have also been reading a lot lately. I think I mentioned before that occasionally I look up the Lambda Literary Awards and I read all of the things that are gay.
Yes.
And so I read Ruby Fruit Jungle. That it's kind of a coming-of-age story as well as getting to know who you are. It's kind of like a growing up. It starts when she's a kid, and she lives in rural somewhere. And she has a very fondness for this place that she grew up in, but she moves to New York. So, yeah, it's about her just kind of growing up. And it's really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I would recommend it. It's by Rita Mae Brown. And it's kind of a classic of the lesbian growing up genre. And figuring out that you
growing up. We're not saying throwing up, we're saying growing up.
Growing up genre.
It's all in the enunciation.
Yes. And my knitting is all over my computer, so I have no idea if this is covering up my microphone. Oh well. The other one that I read, I don't know if I told you about it. It's called My Education. It's by Susan Choi. This is a recent novel. It's actually, she's bisexual. The main character is bisexual. But it's about... Huh?
I think you talked about it, but I don't remember, so go for it.
Yeah, I don't know if I had finished it, but I finished it now. And it's a young adult, and going to her... It opens with her going to her first day of master's program.
Okay.
And she falls in love with this married woman and is completely, like, head over, like, not thinking. Just head over heels, you know. And it's a very well-written portrayal of that time of your life and that feeling. And she is bisexual, so she ends up not with her in the novel. That's just a little caveat.
Right.
But I think it is well worth the read for the beauty of the sentences. I haven't read something like that I just enjoyed the way the words were put together and how she writes. So, definitely worth it. I think there weren't too many times where I felt like it was slow or anything like that. I didn't really feel like the character needed to be bi, but I don't know if she just wanted to have the character be bi, or wanted the character end up with a family, or, I mean, end up with a guy and family. I don't know. But, highly recommend. My Education, Susan Choi. That's one of the newer books out. Yeah.
Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just remembered And the Mountains Echo. Did I tell you about that?
I don't think so.
It's by the guy who did The Kite Runner. I can't remember his name right now. Khalid something or other. Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember his name. Do you remember his name? The Kite
now
Runner.
you saying by the author of The Kite Runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, so I finished that book, too. Who knows if I already talked about it, but the writing was super awesome, which is what made me think about it. Really, really good writer. Like, you forget you're reading kind of writer. But the whole story was just very sadness. If you're having an emotional blockage and you need to cry, it's a good book to pick up.
If you don't have any emotional blockages, don't need to cry,
then probably skip this one. But like I said, the writing is really superb.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of a shame that the writing was completely different from the kind of story that I wanted. Like, I want happy endings, and this was definitely full of nothing but sad endings. It was a bunch of stories of sad endings. So, spoiler alert, sorry. They all end sadly. Nobody's happy.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe one.
Well, and I think that, I mean, that's one of the things about our reviews that we... Like, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how it ends, just in case that annoys you. You know, like, some people really don't like when you've got, like, this chunk of the book is lesbian, and then you end up with a guy. You know, like, that can be really annoying to some people.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a good thing to put out there.
Yep.
Ruby Fruit Jungle, though, is all gay all the time. So. Yeah, we've been reading a lot.
We have been. This is the thing I made, even though it looks kind of crazy.
Oh, cool. Are we back to FOs? We are very tangential this episode.
That's just how we roll.
Yeah.
Little tassels.
Oh, cute.
So it's just a little drawstring bag. It's the simplest thing. I made up the pattern myself. It's just like, kind of like a granny square start. I was just like, yeah, whatever, double here, and shells here, and, you know, it was just full of all sorts of craziness with this, they had some leftover, sugar and cream, yarn at the knit evening. You know, just little, really small bits of stuff. Can't make much with them. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll take this, and, because my, tape measure always comes undone in my purse, because I don't have one of the fancy retractable ones. Because for some reason I ended up with about 1,000 of these regular seamstress tapes. So why buy another one?
Exactly.
But then it gets tangled in my hairbrush and, you know, all sorts of stuff. So I was like, I need to make a little, hello, I crochet, I knit, you know, I need to make something that'll keep it from coming undone in my purse.
Perfect.
So I did, and now I'm super happy, and now it never comes undone, and it's in super hardy cotton, so it's not, like, gonna disintegrate.
Perfect.
This stuff's pretty durable, so... Super duper haps.
Yeah, I really like it. It's really cute.
Yay! And it doesn't even take up much extra space, which is what I was kind of worried about. But better than getting all tangled and everything. That was starting to drive me really nuts. But I didn't want to be without a tape measure. Hello?
You can't be without a tape measure.
And now that I've started carrying one because I take my knitting everywhere, I find it's really helpful in several other, like, cases where my boyfriend's like, hey, what size is my pants? Whoosh, you know, like...
Well, you're
Yeah, exactly, you know, like, super easy, you know? Well, how long is my foot? Whoosh, in standard or metric, you know?
I love your sound.
Yeah, that's my whipping out my tape measure sounds, apparently. Yeah, I make lots of my own Foley sounds.
Perfect.
Anyway, moving on, before we end up with, like, the longest episode. We had the shortest episode last time, and now this is going to be, like, the longest episode.
Well, we haven't talked in a while, so.
Oh my god, like a month. We're so sorry!
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean...
Life.
I went to Boston, I was back for a week, and then I went to Hawaii, and, you know, it's just like, it's been busy. So.
It hasn't worked.
Okay, I Spy. What have you seen lately? Nothing? Oh, you look so excited, and then you weren't.
An orange cat.
Okay, well, I have things.
Oh, I lied. I just suddenly remembered, I'm sorry. A raccoon. I saw a raccoon. Because, he came to eat the cat's food. The cat has food outside. So that Chris thought there was someone breaking into our next door neighbor's house, but no. Just
delicious cat food.
Till he stuck his head up and it was a little bandit. Yeah, he was a big guy. Good gracious. When he stopped trying to be quiet, he was very noisy. Sneaky guy. Stop eating the kibble.
Delicious.
Exactly. So that was exciting, since I rarely see them anywhere except in, like, hiding in the storm drains.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so back to you.
Okay. Well, I went to Hawaii to visit my mom, and there's my phone. The bird that I saw it was some kind of cardinal. It did look like a cardinal with the crest here and very red, just like very red. So he was really cute. They have these little tiny myna birds, which are adorable, and they're like everywhere. And so they like, so they're super adorable too.
Yes.
And then I got my phone out to show you a picture of some of the plants that I saw. Here, this was just in the airport, ginger.
Oh, yeah. Ours is all blooming, too.
There's the glare. They're just so pretty. And it was funny because I was, I need to take a picture of that. And somebody else in the airport was taking a picture of this, too. And it's just like, it's just a plant in the airport, but we're taking pictures of it. Let's see. Oh, and this is palm. What is it? Fan palm, I think.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
My mom said that they're also called traveler's palms. They're supposed to have water in them or something. I don't know. But the palm is you can't really tell from this picture, but the fronds all kind of grow from like one part out. And so they're very flat on one side, and they're just like very fronded out this way.
Yes.
So like most palm trees, they're fronds going from one place in various directions, but this one they all go that way and that way.
Usually they're like a whorl of them, and then sort of like a Fibonacci thing going on. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, and of course I can't remember the name of it. I used to be a palm tree expert. I am no longer, but I'm getting back. I'm starting to remember everything now that I'm working in the garden more and more.
Yeah.
Don't use it, you lose it.
What else did we see? My mom has quite the garden going. And she had one of my favorite parts of her garden. She has, there's like a kind of a hillside, and some of it's a little bit rocky. And she had planted what here would be like a house plant, but they're just kind of can grow outside. And the leaves are about this shape. And they're purple, but striped with silver streaks. So very pretty, and it was just like cascading down this rock. It was gorgeous. I really, really liked it.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of that either.
We looked for a lot of sea turtles, but we didn't see any. We went snorkeling twice, my partner and I, and we saw all kinds of fishes. So that was really fun to just kind of see and try not to touch any of the coral. Like, I'm just like trying to float, like, because it was really shallow. It was like this much water. So like not getting swept out. If I get nervous or anything, I just stand up. Like, so it's like knee deep.
I'm drowning, stand up.
Yeah, it's just like knee deep water. So
yeah.
So I had a really good time. Around back here, I haven't seen any. I've only been home for a couple days, so I haven't seen much at home.
I've seen actually a lot of insects now that I think about it. I've been in an insect kick for some reason.
Spiders.
I saw the strangest one. I don't know what it was.
In the house. Spider. This big. Literally. He was this big. She was this big. It's like, no. You're not supposed to be in the house.
She is geckos! In a terrarium.
Yes. Geckos.
Yes.
They were also really cute. They, like, make this funny noise.
I know, they're like, everything's hilarious to geckos. I know, it's like, I feel like I should be walking around telling jokes when there's geckos around all the time. I
saw a little baby gecko. He was, like, this big, and he was still kind of transparent, and his eyes are ginormous. And the pads on his feet were like big old pads on his feet.
I know, it's like a dog. You have to grow into your hands.
He was very cute.
They're
like, eat all the bugs.
I know, they're wonderful, except for the strange, crazy laughing at midnight. Yeah, kind of freaky sometimes. Yeah. Like, oh god, okay, it's just a gecko.
Yeah.
They have a lot of them in Panama, too, and in any place where there's, like, forest. Even when there's not forest, on 4, 5, 6 stories up. Geckos. Guess there's just plenty of insects for them there. Anyway. I'm trying to think of any... I swear I've seen so many crazy insects. I found one, and I had no clue what it was. So I took it to the head gardener, and I was like, what's this? And, the bug on my finger. Like, I'm always doing that now. Hey, what's this? What's this? And he said it was a male ladybug. I was like, I'm not sure about that. But I have lots of bug experience, so there's a difference between an entomologist and a gardener. So, unfortunately, I didn't remember him well enough to look him up later.
Mm-hmm.
Other than, he looks like a beetle. He looks kind of like a ladybug, but he doesn't look like a ladybug, so I was like, whatever. He's a beetle. There's so many beetles, it could be anything, who knows. But there was one crazy-looking bug. I don't know what it was. I have got to Google the heck out of him, because he looked like this little shell head, like this little pyramid head. He was like red and white speckled, and the front head of him looks like a leaf hopper, but the back end looked like he had a little bit of downy feather stuck to him. I've seen a lot of bugs in my lifetime, and it was the strangest bug I've ever seen. And he was only like a fourth of an inch or something, he was super tiny, and I was like, yeah, there's no way anybody in this garden is going to have a clue what he is, so I'm not even going to ask. But it made me want a more comprehensive bug book. Oh, sorry, this is my hyperventilate. I totally forgot.
That's okay.
I joined Confessions of a Bug Addict on Facebook. So now my Facebook feed is like so much more awesome, because it's like all pictures of bugs all the time, and they just had like National Moth Day or something like that, where you do like a moth count in your backyard. So everybody's got their pictures of like their little moth sheets out, oh, look what came to my moth quilt tonight, and so I was like, Facebook is suddenly so much more awesome.
Dork!
I am a big dork. But I've seen so many cool insects now because
That's really fun though, yeah.
It seems like everybody's got a macro camera, because there's like, the little fancy fangly feelers that are like this big and like real life are like this, I'm like, wow, that's a pretty impressive set of fangly feelers you got there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes me jealous. I don't have anything that can take pictures of bugs, so anytime I see a cool bug, I'm like, dang. Oh, I saw one that looked like a thorn on, like a rose bush thorn. He looked just like that.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, oh, I've never seen one of you in real life. I've seen them in, like, books and stuff, because I think they're super cute. Because you look just like a thorn. You're so clever. Yeah, I'm like the doting mother of the insect world. Sorry. Weirdo. But, yeah. So,
I love you.
I'm super excited about having that on my Facebook now, because now it's not, like, all sad political news or whatever. It's bugs.
It's bugs, which is way more fun.
Yeah, well,
I approve of this use of Facebook.
Yes. I'm like, wow, who knew? I guess I need more bugs on my Facebook. I'll be a lot happier. Oh, I saw the coolest mantid, too. Oh, but anyway. Back on track.
Right.
Next. Walks in the urban?
Yes. Oh, ear party.
Ear party. Oh no, my text box is full.
Okay, well, I'll talk then. So,
Okay.
I'm really excited. Every once in a while, I will check to see if my favorite podcaster is podcasting again. Her name's Brendig Dane, and occasionally she takes breaks for whatever reason. And so last year was one of those times where she wasn't podcasting, and I just checked like a couple days ago, and she's podcasting again! So there's 5 new ones out since like April or something like that. She wasn't podcasting for the very good reason that both, like, her partner's dad died, and then the next day, her dad died. It was, like, a grief sandwich. It was, like, I can't even imagine.
I know, that sounds miserable.
Yes. So, obviously, very good reason for why she's been not podcasting.
Yeah.
So, she's back now, and she's, like, she said it was, like, 6 months of winter, and, like, since last August, and she's just started to, like, get back into the swing of things. So I just started listening to it again. I'm really, really excited. She's always got, like, such interesting interviews, and she's kind of an audio artist. She does really interesting recordings, and, like, she opened up this episode where she kind of, like, comes back as called Is This Thing On? And she does her advertising thing in the beginning, and then she's like, where's my podcast voice? And she's like got sounds of, like, going through pens. Like, looking for it. Just, like, looking for her podcast voice. Like, where did I put that?
Too funny.
So it's just, like, it's really good. So I really like it. She also has music in her podcast, which is nice, too. She uses music from the PodSafe Network most of the time.
Cool.
And obviously I'm very excited because I just went on and on and on. And, yeah, you should listen. Okay, next. Your turn.
What have I been listening to? I listened to the BBC radio version of Jane Eyre. I kind of liked it because they had a lot of, like, background Foley sounds going on, you know, so it wasn't just a reading of the book. So it was, like, kind of more exciting, like, we're getting on the horses, clunk, clunk, clunk,
Clunk,
you know.
clunk, 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 clunk.
Yeah, exactly. So that made it more exciting, but it was also an abridged version, which I thought it wasn't, and so I was kind of disappointed, because I really wanted the unabridged, just someone reading it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just so that I have something to do while knitting or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because the original book is very verbose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, very building the scenes with words, you know, so I was excited to find that, but then it was just basically like listening to a movie with the TV off.
Mm.
So that was good and bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I've been listening to a bunch of Lana Del Rey. I have her new album, Ultraviolence.
Mm-hmm.
And then her old one, which is Born to Die, I think. She's got, I think, 3, and I only have 2. But anyway, I'm really enjoying them.
What kind of music?
Sadcore.
What?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, it's kind of loungy, kind of like Nancy Sinatra.
Did you just say Nasty Sinatra?
Nancy.
Oh. It's like Nasty Sinatra? Mm.
I'm like, that sounds like some kind of band name. I don't know. We are Nasty Sinatra. No, I have no idea. No, Nancy.
Okay.
Sort of old school loungy type. You know, think Marilyn Monroe is kind of the image she goes for, you know. Silver screen, starlit kind of thing. But all her songs are like full of sadness. So I think they're calling it sadcore. I don't know. Basically, it's down-tempo pop, basically, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Is probably what I would call it. But I like it. But don't go listening to her for happy music, because she doesn't have any.
Good to know.
Yeah. But I think it makes nice music to have on in the background. When I'm doing other stuff.
Cool.
So I've been listening to that. What else have I been listening to excessively? Bourbon Princess. I don't know, I'm just like addicted to that album for some reason now. And I know I've talked about her before. But super awesome. Dark of Days. I love that whole album. I don't think there's anything on there I don't really like.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things where if I try to listen to if I have to pick one song, like, I just want to listen to this or whatever, and I'm like, But if I listen to the album as a whole, I really love it. Kind of like in the old school days where you had to listen to, like, half of the cassette and then flip it over kind of thing, you know? Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm old, sorry. Sorry, guys. This is on an 8-track, I guess. But, what's the cat doing? Hey, buddy. Yeah. Cat cameo. Did you hear him?
No. So, walks in the urban wilderness.
Yeah. I've actually been doing pretty good. I've been walking around the neighborhood pretty regularly. Not every day, but doing the usual gardening. I've been doing gardening at my once-a-week gardening for 6 hours, and then I've been doing a lot of gardening in our own garden.
Uh-huh.
And that's actually, dare I say it, if one could ever say a garden is done, it's almost done, you know? Like,
oh, cool.
Yeah. Except I keep bringing plants home from the bigger garden, so... Yeah, maybe not. We had a problem with cabbage loopers.
What are cabbage loopers?
They are caterpillars of the cabbage looper. I think it's a moth. Maybe it's a butterfly. Don't quote me. I don't remember what it turns into. Mm-hmm. All I know is that that was what was eating my nasturtiums last year and devastated my nasturtiums.
Uh-huh.
So I was out there last year because I wanted to eat the nasturtiums. I didn't want to spray them. So I was out there with chopsticks in the middle of the night, picking them off. And they match the plant, so it's kind of like, where's Waldo? Where's the cabbage looper? Oh, is that a leaf or a cabbage looper? So this year, we just sprayed. So we went to Home Depot and got some recommendations for what to use, because we have the cat around. He's not actually my cat, believe it or not. He just visits a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
So spoiled.
Yes, he is.
So there's a lot of stuff we can't use because it's not safe for use around animals or children.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a recommendation and used whatever the Home Depot guy recommended for us. And now, so much better. It's amazing what one caterpillar can do, the damage, how quickly it can just chew through everything.
Yeah, and especially your little garden. Like, you don't have a giant garden. It's not like you can, like, put the plants somewhere else to get them away from the caterpillar, you know?
And we just replanted our whole garden, basically, because before we had pretty much one plant per pot.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine, but, you know, it looks very formal.
Mm-hmm.
And so Chris wanted kind of more of a that's my partner, wanted more of a mounding look, you know, like kind of like a cottage garden look, you know, where everything is together and you have like multiple plantings, you know, that are arranged.
Right.
So because this is all in pots, we had to basically uproot everything and plant everything into, you know, like multiple plants into one pot. And I said, well, you know, if we do this, we will have more insect problems because the plants are closer together. So that's how it works. You know, they just travel. It's easier for them to travel to one plant to the other. And now, when we had the cabbage looper problem, we got to find out firsthand how quickly they can spread. Which is why we decided to spray instead of just hand picking them off like I did before.
Does it make the plants just not tasty to the caterpillar?
I think it actually kills them. I think it's some kind of neurological agent. But, you know, again, you have to be careful with those ones you use because they can also, you know, you don't want them washing into the watershed for some of them because then they kill the fish. And, like, there's a lot of problems with insecticides, so.
Yeah.
We generally don't like to spray here, but sometimes it's necessary. Anyway, so that was our excitement, and I'm totally tangenting now.
I just realized we're supposed to be talking about exercising.
Yeah, exercising, yeah.
I went snorkeling, which is really good exercise. And other than that, I haven't really been focusing on exercising. I've been focusing on getting stuff done for the wedding, so
yeah.
That's just kind of how it's been.
I think once the wedding is done, you'll find your schedule magically opens up like that.
Yes.
And your brain, too, will be able to think about something that is not wedding.
Yes. And I'm also just not letting it think about other things. Like, I'm not letting it think about the start of the school year.
Right.
It's not going to happen right now.
Yeah. Why borrow trouble?
Yeah. So I think that's it for me.
How about biking?
I haven't been biking. I mean, I haven't. Nope. Hasn't happened.
That's okay.
I've thought about it. But it hasn't.
Now, I feel like, what was that guy in Austin Powers? Dr. Evil?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
With
you and the kitty. Oh, he looks so happy.
He's purring up a storm. I don't think you can hear him, but he loves having the fan on him for some reason. Weirdo.
Ooh.
It's hot out there, I guess. Even cats like to have a fan on them. It's so funny because when we put the fan on the floor, he just like right in front of it. So spoiled. He's not even my cat. Loner cat. Timeshare cat.
Okay, well, we're over an hour and 15 now. So
longest episode ever. Wrapping it up.
Yes. We will probably get show notes out on our website, sistersoftheholyfiber.wordpress.com. Our last two episodes didn't get show notes done. But if you have any questions about anything, we're more than happy to send you off into the internet with links. So just ask, and we will more than happy to get those to you. We just didn't get those other ones done. And decided it was long enough and we better just post them. Especially since that first one was about the classes for July, and we posted it in August.
August.
Yes. But that's okay. You love us anyway.
That's how we roll. We just...
We also have a Ravelry group, so come on and introduce yourself and say hi. We have an ear party thread. We post fun things in there. I posted something in there, and I don't even remember what it was. So come on by and post something in there. I think we should have a contest, so people will post something in our ear party thread. We should do that.
I should post something. I'm sure I feel like there's a million things I was supposed to post and haven't got around to them. Ooh.
It's a party. It's not supposed to be stressful.
There you go.
Yes. So it's called Ear Party too, because it doesn't have to just be music. So you can post, like, if you have another podcast you love listening to. We love all that kind of recommendations because we love listening to stuff while we craft. So give us some more things to listen to.
Maybe I'll be more productive if you give me something to listen to.
There you go. And if you've wondered where we've been, you can check in there too. Send us a message. We'll get back to you eventually. I think that's it.
Okay.
Bye.
Outtakes.